Much replay, I've just seen a little one in there, but it was a good short right hand to the shot. I was happy with it, to be honest with you, apart from the first 30 seconds, I took a few jabs, but once I settled down, I felt good, I felt strong, and I'm happy with the result, I'm happy with the performance, and we move forward.
Feel comfortable at the weight?
Yeah, definitely. Even just all week in the changing room beforehand, I felt good, I felt strong. I feel that I said all along, I believe the weight will suit me, and I think the performance has showed that.
What's the next few months looking like for you then?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll sit down with the team. We've got a very good team behind me. They'll decide the next move and they'll keep moving forward. I know what I want. I want to become a world champion of this weight division. That's why I'm here. I'm not here to just move into a division and be in a good few fights. I want to be a champion, and that was the first step towards that, and hopefully we can move another step closer.
Callum, what did you see in the ring at the end with Casil?
Yeah, no, that's never nice to see, to be honest with you, regardless, especially when it's you involved in it. It's a sport at the end of the day, and I always just hope me and my opponent leave the ring safe, and I mean he's responsive, so fingers crossed everyone's okay. But no, it's never nice to see. Obviously, I wanted to win, but you never kind of want to win that way.
Yeah. Will we see you back out before the end of the year?
I don't know. Again, I don't know what shows there is or whatnot, but we'll sit down, and I'd like to personally, but whether they put me out or not, we'll have to wait and see.
Cheers.
Callum, can you tell us a bit about the difference in making weight for a fight like this compared to when you're still at 168? Did it feel a little bit easier?
Yeah, a little bit better. It still wasn't as easy. I was getting a few texts off my mates saying, have you bulked up to the weight yet, as if I was having to eat up to it, but I'm still a big 175. I still have to come down to it, but I feel it suits me better now. No, for a long time I was a big, strong super middle. Now I believe I can become a big, strong 175.
I know it's obviously early days still, but how much of an impact has Buddy McGirt had on you so far?
Massive. No, I can't praise him enough. I believe he's a very good coach, but I believe he's a good coach for me as well. Just because he worked for one fight, it doesn't mean it's the other. But the work we've done together, I do feel he's improved me as a fighter in the short time we've had together, and I'm looking forward to more camps with him and building on tonight's performance. And I believe the relationship can end with a world title.
Callum, was the intention always to move up to light heavy, even when you fight at super middle?
Yeah, I think when you're 6'3" fighting a super middle, I think inevitable I was always going to end up at 175. I just didn't know when, and I was doing 168 and I was performing well at it, and I was a world champion at it, so it was always hard to move up, and the loss kind of just gave me the reason to move up. It was a clean break, move up, set new goals and new challenges, and I believe I can become a 2-8 world champion. It's always been a goal of mine. I always envisioned being here, I just didn't know when.
And how was the recovery to the arm as well?
Yeah, it was fine. I think would have been, if it happened in a fight that I'd won, I'd have probably been in a rush to get back, but because it was coming off the loss, I had the time out and let it recover properly, and when I started camp again, I had no problems with it, so it's all good, and it wasn't nice at the time, but no, there was no lasting damage.
Good stuff.
Callum, can I ask if a knockout like that sets the division on notice?
Yeah, I don't know, you have to ask all the other 175s, but yeah, it was a good knockout, and I think it showed that I have carried my power up to the weight, and I've always believed I can punch, I can box as well. But yeah, definitely, I think people were questioning how I'd be at 175, and I think tonight showed that I am a big 175.
Thankfully, you said Lennon's responsive. Was it a lonely place in there for that last 10 minutes before you could get out?
Yeah, definitely. No, it's not nice, and I celebrated before, and then I realised how kind of bad it was, and that's the last thing you want to see. Boxing's a tough enough sport as it is, and we all have families to go home to.
Congratulations, Al.
Before the fight and after you got the knockout, you went into the corner and you sort of knelt down and said a few words. What were you saying?
Yeah, I always pray before a fight, and it's never to win. I always pray for my own safety and my opponent's safety. It is a sport at the end of the day. I've never been one to get involved in the bad mouthing and taking it personal. It is always, it has been a sport to me. I want to prove I'm better than the man facing me, but I never want to inflict any more damage than necessary, and it wasn't nice to see. The Blackledge knockout was a bad one, but he was kind of responsive. But that was scary, not gonna lie.
So you were saying like for him?
Just so over everyone's okay. That's the last thing you want. Boxing's a tough sport, and every now and again you do get a bad injury through it. But no, I'm here and he's responsive, and obviously precaution, he'll take him to hospital. But I'm hoping everyone's okay.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Cheers.
Yes.
Forget that.
You sounded it like.
Forget that.
You won't wait a minute, mate.
Have to go back to
No, just for a few seconds. You haven't.
See you later, man.
It's always got in there.